Let's get a new campaign spun up for the school community. Clicking create.
Oh, he's doing it. He's taken over my screen.
The campaign creation dialog is up. For a free community, leads is the objective that fits
Nice.
best. Selecting that now. Leads selected, now proceeding by clicking continue. We're in the campaign editor now. Let me rename it to something
I
reflecting
love that he's narrating everything for me. So I finally created a personal AI assistant that I've always wanted. This is Jarvis. Not only can Jarvis do things like send emails on my behalf, check my calendars, call restaurants and call businesses, but on top of that, now he can take over my screen and do everything for me while he is narrating. So in this video, I'm going to show you the complete demo of what Jarvis is capable of with these new capabilities now. And on top of that, I'm going to give you this prompt pack completely for free so you can build a personal assistant like Jarvis for yourself that can take over your screen, do things for you, show you where things are, and a bunch of other stuff that will allow you to create your own personal AI assistant today. So make sure you stick around till the end because I promise you're going to want something like this for yourself. All right, so let me start with a quick demo here. But by the way, for those of you who have seen my previous videos, obviously you're familiar with Jarvis at this point, but if you haven't, don't worry about it. I'm going to explain everything for you right here. So not only can Jarvis do things on my behalf because it has access to tools like Gmail, Google Calendar, Google Drive, and it has access to a phone call, by the way, or a phone number. So it means that he can make phone calls on my behalf, book reservations, and so much more. Again, I did a previous video. If you guys are interested in checking out that feature, take a look at it. But for this particular one, I'm going to show you this enhanced version of the screen share where he can do things on my behalf. So on the bottom right here, I can click on this screen share. So I'm going to go ahead and actually start with one of the main features is that it can point to things for me and show me exactly where things are. So this time I'm going to share my Instagram with him. So I'm going to click on share.
I can see your screen and I'm listening, sir. Just talk and feel free to cut me off.
Hey Jarvis, can you show me where is the button to click on and create a new Instagram reel?
Let me have a look, sir. The plus icon in the left sidebar, sir. Click it and choose reel from the menu that appears.
Perfect. So there you go. So this is the first feature where if you're looking for something, right? So let's say you're on a particular website and you don't know where things are. You can actually ask Jarvis, hey, can you show me exactly, this particular feature or where is something that you're looking for, right? And in this case, obviously, I just said, how do you click or how do you create an Instagram reel on a desktop app, right? So that's why it's kind of like hidden here. So that's why I wanted to point that out. So you can see he clearly pointed to the right one. So you click on the plus button right here and you can create a post. So you saw that it has the arrow, which means that it'll show you exactly where the button is or whatever you're looking for is specifically. So that way there's like no room for confusion there.
Precisely, sir. A pointing finger for the era of interfaces that hide the one button you actually want. 8,000 followers and Instagram still won't tell you where create lives.
Yeah, thanks, Jarvis. So there you go. I mean, obviously, Jarvis is always listening in the background, so he will give you his opinions as well as I'm talking to you guys here. All right, so now let's move forward and let me show you how you can actually take over the screen. So for this one, I'm gonna actually switch to the Meta campaign because this is a very complicated thing to do actually if you're new to or if you don't know how to create a ads campaign on your Meta business suite, which a lot of people don't actually. It is a bit confusing. So I'm just gonna ask Jarvis to basically take over the screen and create a ads campaign for me instead of me trying to figure this out. So you'll see how efficient it is. Jarvis, can you take over my screen and create a new ads campaign for my free school community to drive traffic there?
Okay, taking over the screen now, sir.
My hands are off.
Right, I can see we're already in Facebook Ads Manager for the AI Workshop account. Let me start building a new campaign aimed at driving traffic to the school community. Clicking Create to start a new campaign. Loading campaign setup options, waiting for it to finish. Manual traffic campaign is already selected for full control. Proceeding. Continuing into the manual campaign builder. Good, campaign editor loaded. Naming the campaign clearly for the school community traffic push. Text selected, typing the new campaign name now. Campaign named, now scrolling down to review budget settings before setting an ad set budget. Now on the ad set page, naming it appropriately first. Naming the ad set and switching conversion location to website since we want traffic to school, not messages. Selecting website as the conversion location to send traffic directly to the school community link. Maximize number of landing page views is a solid default for traffic goal, continuing to scroll to find the budget field. Skipping value rules not needed for this simple traffic campaign, continuing to scroll for budget schedule. Attribution and delivery settings look standard, fine as is. Scrolling further to locate the budget and schedule section. Scrolling further to locate budget and schedule and audience sections. Found the budget and schedule section. Daily budget defaults to $20. That's a sensible starting point for testing, so I'll leave it. Scrolling down to check the audience section next. Audience section found with Advantage Plus targeting on Meta's AI optimized targeting. Scrolling further to check location, age, and detailed targeting controls. Good. More controls expanded showing minimum age 18. Scrolling to find detailed targeting to add AI tech interests. Clicking Show Settings to expand detailed targeting options for age, gender, and interests. Found detailed targeting field. Scrolling slightly more to click into it and add interests.
Okay, Jarvis, that's enough. Stop. I'll take over.
Already at the wheels, sir.
All right, so I had him stop because I don't want to have him publish this ad. But as you saw, he took everything step by step, right? He went ahead and clicked on everything, and he's giving you narration so that way you're not kept at the dark, right? And that I added that specifically, kind of the narration part, so that way I know exactly what's going on as Jarvis is taking over my screen. He narrates exactly what he's doing, so that way if at any point I need to change something, I can just tell him to, all right, stop Jarvis, I want to take over the screen or something like that, and he'll stop and then hand me off the screen so that way I can take over and make the changes myself. And of course, not only can he click on different things, on top of that, as you saw, he can actually type things. So on top, you saw he added the title for his ad campaign as School Community Free Traffic Campaign, right? He typed everything himself and he went ahead and moved on to the next step. He clicked on hide, unhide settings, the selection, and everything else. And of course, at the end, he's not going to just publish things for you, right? He's going to create everything in draft, whether it's a new ad campaign or whatever you're asking it to do. He won't actually have the final say in it. And again, that's on purpose because you want to have some parameters set to make sure that he's not doing things on your behalf and making the final decision. That ends up with you, right? So the whole point is for Jarvis to be able to show you exactly and do things for you. But on top of that, but at the end of the day, it's going to be your decision. The final say is going to be yours.
Exactly right, sir. I build the whole thing, I show my work, and then I stop at the button that spends your money, which is why it's still sitting. In draft with Publish Untouched, the last click is a human's job and specifically yours. Frankly, an assistant with autonomous access to your card is called a co-founder, and those require far more paperwork.
Exactly. Thanks, Jarvis. All right. So let me go ahead and actually stop sharing my screen with Jarvis. And as you can see, as soon as I stop sharing my screen, Jarvis disappears, which means that he can no longer see anything. So now if I get away from that draft, and you can see right here, so if I click on my ad sets, right? School traffic ad set in draft, right? So you can see exactly with the $20 budget, right? And it's sitting on draft, no publish or anything like that. So that's how incredibly efficient now Jarvis has become, where now, like I said, he can not only show you things with that nice little arrow, but he can do things on your behalf. And this is huge because if you're, new to something that things like, and the reason why I specifically chose the Meta Create campaign is because it's a very complicated setup. The first time I did this, I had to literally screenshot everything to Claude and tell it, ask, hey, how do I do this? How do I do this? And that's why I built this for myself, right? Because I wanted Jarvis to actually do this for me instead of me manually putting screenshots back and forth with Claude. So again, this is an incredibly useful feature for anybody who is looking to utilize an AI assistant like Jarvis. And of course, once you create these campaigns, right, you can always add that to your AI second brain, which is exactly what this is. For those of you guys who are not familiar, again, every node that you see here, this is something related to my business, right? For everybody, this is going to look different, but essentially all of the folders, files, everything is inside my computer, and therefore Jarvis has access to this because everything is organized and he can pull things up for me. So for instance, if I want to ask Jarvis, hey, can you pull up the free school community ads already? If there's something on my existing files and folder, he's going to pull that data for me. So let me actually go ahead and do that. Jarvis, can you pull up the free school community funnel for me quickly? There you go. So he's thinking. Now he's going to look through my files.
I've pulled up all the information, sir. You can read it yourself, or if you'd like, say, read it out loud, and I shall.
There you go. So now everything related to my free school community, the funnel, is right here. I can click on these little notes, right? So if I right click, it shows you exactly top of the funnel, school community, YouTube channel, videos, drive viewers here, and email funnel, convert signups to our workshop paid trial. So there you go. On top of that, so you can see all of my social posts that are related. So all these notes are related to this community. So now that I have all of this, right? Now again, Jarvis, if he creates a new ad campaign for me, I can add an additional note or an additional file that's related to my Facebook campaign. So that way in the future, if I ask Jarvis, hey, by the way, how is that, what are the metrics of that particular ad, or how much did we spend? I don't have to look through. I can just ask Jarvis and he'll be able to pull up all of the information for me. So that's kind of the usefulness of an AI second brain. It's not just pretty visuals, right? It's actually useful if you give yourself an assistant like Jarvis, where he can pull everything up for you, and he has access to the long-term memory. And on top of that, like I said, he has access to all these tools. So for instance, I could tell him, hey, can you go ahead and pull up or create a new meeting with a particular client, or information if I want to retrieve. So I can always talk to him via my Telegram. So if I'm outside somewhere, I can ask him to pull up some information for me, and I can ask him to create a invoice or something like that. So as you can see, I said, Jarvis, the new lead, Mike Johnson, that recently came, go ahead and create a 2,500 invoice for AI reputation build and send him an email reminding him of the payment. So I said voice on because I wanted him to send me a voice note. And this is what he sent me. Take a look at this.
Found Mike Johnson in your records, drafting the invoice now. It'll be on your phone inside a minute with a drive link.
And there you go. So he sent me a voice note. Okay, that I found Mike Johnson, because again, Mike Johnson is an existing employee, existing customer. And this is where, like I mentioned, that AI second brain and Jarvis having access to my files becomes very handy, because now I don't have to mention who Mike Johnson is, what business he is, right? He can just pull up that information from the files that he has access to. And then he can go, after a few minutes or after a few seconds, he went ahead and created an invoice for me. And right here, as you can see, this says invoice 2026-06, Mike Johnson's 2,500 view online, and he gives me a Google Drive link. And why? Because again, he has access to my Google Drive right here and my Google Docs, Google Sheets and everything. So therefore, he uses the tools to generate that invoice for me and save it on my Google Drive. So I can click it and it opens up this invoice. There you go. Invoice AI Reputation Manager build, right? Quantity, $2,500. And by the way, all these details that you can see, right? Full reputation suite setup, 15 Claude Code skill, orchestrate, audit, alerts, request, recover. All of this is coming from his, the fact that he has access to my long-term memory. So he looks through the leads, right? So this is a leads table. So he looks up Mike Johnson. He looks at, all of the information that's existing inside my records. And then afterwards, he goes ahead and creates this invoice for me with all of the details. Same thing, flat fee, 2,500 due on receipt. Reference, he puts the AI Workshop Studio LLC and my business Gmail account. So that's why, like I said, this becomes a true personal AI assistant, because when you give him access to all these different tools, and on top of that, he can do things on your behalf, he becomes a truly personal AI assistant. And like I said, he has access to a phone number. So I've given him access through Retail AI. Again, I did an entire demo on this on my previous video, where I actually did the demo of him calling a restaurant and booking a table for me. I don't want to add that in here because otherwise this video is going to become very long, but I will add that at the end of this video so you guys can go ahead and click on that if you're interested in watching that part. But I can also call him, right? Because he has a phone number that I've bought for him through Twilio, and he can call me as well in my cell phone, which means if I'm outside, if I need some kind of a, quick answer about something, I can call him. Hey, Jarvis, can you pull up this information about this client? I'm about to go jump on a meeting with him or something like that. He will be able to give me all of that information. Of course, it sits behind the security layer. I have to give him a PIN code, and therefore, afterwards, once he validates the PIN code, then he gives me those details. Otherwise, he hangs up on me, basically, which again is a huge security layer, because you don't want anybody to call your personal AI assistant and give him access to everything about your business and files and everything else, right? All right, so that was kind of the demo. Again, you could do so much more, right? I can, have him fill forms forms for me and a bunch of stuff. But again, that meta ads campaign hopefully gives you a good idea of how complex he can, what kind of complex task he can achieve when you have him or give him the access to screen and take over your screen. So now as far as building this, obviously this full build took me a long time to build, but I've given you guys this prompt pack. So this prompt pack will give you the guide on how to build these features, these pointer, narrator, and taking over screen with Claude Code. So you can just utilize that. In order to get access to the prompt pack, click on the link in the description, the free community. So I have two links. One's going to be the paid, one's going to be the free. The free community, which is called AI Workshop Lite. If you come right here, click on join. Again, this is a free community. You go to the classroom section, you go to YouTube resources, and all of the resources are right here. You're going to go down to the bottom. I have given you guys the prompt packs for previous versions of Jarvis, the different functionalities like phone calls. That was Jarvis version 6. And then let's see. This was a Jarvis and debate show. See, these prompt packs are already there for you guys to build something of your own like this. And now this new prompt pack will be added there as well. So that way you can get started and, build something of your own. And of course, if you want this final ready-made version, right? If you're just lazy and you want to, install this for yourself just through a zip file, that's going to be inside the paid community. Again, that's going to be the link in the description as well, where you can just go to the classroom section, go to AI assistance, and just download a zip file for Jarvis version 6 and all of these functionalities, the entire 3D world and everything else, the tools, everything will be readily available for you. And of course, most importantly, if you get stuck, if you have any questions, you can post them in the community. Myself and my team and I will be able to help you out and make sure that you don't run into any issues. Anyways, hopefully you guys found this helpful. Make sure you like and subscribe because I've got a lot more content. I'll be creating more AI employees. Like recently, I created a social media AI employee called Spark, which I'm going to do a video on, which basically takes care of all your social media posting, including auto DMs and everything else. That's going to be a really good one. Again, all of that's available inside the paid community. So hopefully I'll see you guys inside. If not, thanks for watching and I'll see you on the next one.